My people, here again, I just want to enlighten you as to the way forward, the way that nature designed that you and I should actually live and exist. You and I are male and female, that is the Creator's greatest creation on the planet. And being the greatest creation on the planet of the Creator, we are to answer to no one except the Creator. We have inalienable rights which He has created us with. Liberty, inalienable rights, liberty. That is not a privilege as the corporate states of the world will try to make one believe. That's not true. Inalienable rights, liberty, was given to us when we were created. Liberty, from the common dictionary, will tell you the state of being, and this is liberty. All right. I'm going to highlight on the liberty and freehold. Liberty, the state of being free within society from oppressive restriction imposed by authority on one's way of life, behavior, or political view, meaning autonomy, sovereignty, self-government, self-rule, self-determination. Now, when one here, and when I said when one, I refer to the state with the agencies like the police forces, which are gangsters, hired assassins, mercenaries, thieves, you name it. When they hear the word self-rule, self-government, the first thing comes to their mind, which means that these people should have a right to protect themselves, to defend themselves. Speaking about weapons. You see, they have done so much evil in the world that they are afraid. We are the peaceful people of the land. We are the peacemakers. We are the peacemakers. There's a part in the Bible which I use this to read, which states, when I am for peace, but when I speak, they are for war. When we speak about peace and safety, when we speak about existing in a society, and I'm going to touch on society as well, when we speak about existing in a society where we are free, and I mean free in every sense of the word, as I've just highlighted, liberty, self-rule, self-government, self-determination. The state are afraid. The system is afraid because they have a lot of guilt. The society that they have created for humanity to live in, to exist in, is dark, is painful. And they will use their police forces and they will tell you, well, we have to hire more police officers, male and female, more soldiers to protect the society. My people, society as it is at present is extremely, extremely, extremely obnoxious. We don't need society. We do not. We don't need society. What we need, remember I have told you in times past that they have changed everything about us, everything. They had to change everything so as to look as if it is true, if it is real. They even changed the term society or bring about a term and tell it, speaks about society when it should be the Societas Republica e al Marrocanus Empire. That's what we want. An empire that moving forward, not backward. When we speak of this movement, many people believe that it is a backward move. No. Society at present is backward. Backward. We need a society, a republic, El Marrocanus empire, whereby we are free. We're free to have more than one wife. Come on. Although my goddess does not see eye to eye with me where that is concerned, but I believe I love her very much and she loved me. I believe one day she will say to me, look, Wafa, there's a hen. Go and put some cock on that. But come on. Now, when you look at the way how they begin to, the system train the police officers and the soldiers to be thief from both, is that they use the church and they use the school, where they will recruit, and they have the Boy Scouts and all other different scouts, and they train them, and they will tell mom and dad, you know, these youngsters are going to become good men and women in society. You're going to protect the society, not understanding that they're training them to kill their own people. Their own people. When you look at in secondary schools, and at times you have displays of students acting as if they're politicians. We have like two parties debating. Debating. Those same individuals, those same students, young, brilliant students, are going to come out to be the suppressors of humanity. Politicians, murderers. I can recall being in a particular area where I spoke with a policeman officer from England. And I was showing him from the constitution of, I think it's 2013 constitution, or 2003, where most of and they use different one at all times. Like my brother Tonic Ali, on his charge sheet when it comes to license and insurance fraud promulgated by the state, I was showing this guy, the officer from England, the section, and I was telling him, I told him to read the section before I mention any about license or insurance. I said, read it. And after your friend finished reading, tell me what it says, what it speaks about. And he said to me, well, the section spoke about protection of freedom of property and protection of freedom of right to move or to travel. I said, how about the part that speaks about license and insurance? He said, there's no such thing in this which I've just read. There's no such. I said, so, but this is what the state used, even here in Uromi. We're forced to as St. Vincent and the Grenadines, a cooperative state that came to do business, that was established by treaty, and fraudulent treaties as well. Treaties are bogus. When you look at these treaties, they have a zillion loopholes. I said, these are the subsections and the section that they use from the Constitution to try to incriminate persons that are traveling in their convoys or vehicles. He said, what? I said, and they do it in the name of the Queen. In the name of the Queen. So I am even calling on the Queen, Elizabeth II, to speak up. I remember whilst in Barbados, they had a practice that was going on, where whenever a person is committed for convicted for a crime, let's say murder, and for life, they will tell you life imprisonment with the Queen's pleasure, meaning when if the Queen say you're free to go, you're free, or if the Queen dies, you're free. And they was carrying on that type of fraudulent behavior for so many years until recently the Queen had an article in the paper where the Queen stated that she has nothing to do with that. She don't know about that. So how many more other practices that the states of the world practice on their people, impose on their people, the free people of the land, telling you is laws when there are no laws, such as the license fraud, insurance, even immigration fraud. There's no such thing. And I'm going to ask you this question, John Public. Let's say that all of you out there, John Public is one, and you have a business facility and there's room. So I came as an investor and I'm asking for your permission, granted permission to lease or rent a spot on your property, your premises of business. You also have children. Would any of you, or would you as a collective body, give me authorization in that treaty to begin to rule over you and your people, to own your property, to be lord over your property? Would you? None of you won't. So the treaty that they told us that they was signed for the queens and the kings of England to rule over the Aboriginal people is blasted lies. There's no truth. The Aboriginal people whom they branded as Black Caribs never believe in the God that they portray. So how can they swear to a God that they never know? Come on people, think wise enough. And they gave us the Bible to keep us humble, submissive. The different segments to make one submissive. Willie Lynch gave them the blueprint and they're working with that even today as we speak. Even today, the civil servant, all of them, they're only carrying on Willie Lynch syndrome, that slave mentality on their own people, going and coming. Another thing I would like to ask, because my brother Tonic, Ali and myself, he started it, and I looked at him as a chief. Come on, chief of the Roman. Now, and when I say chief, I mean paramount chief. Come on. Which one of you that, let's say that for the past 50 years of your life, someone or people who claim to be over you, claim to have your interests at heart, come on, rubbing shit, and I mean, when I said shit, I mean real shit, in your face and in your mouth. If you were to be informed by someone, brother or sister, where they are putting or disposing of their garbage, their filth, their shit, is an inappropriate place, it should be in a pit, would you, and they were to show you the way how to stop them from doing that? You don't have to be violent. The way how to stop them from doing what they're doing, that nasty act to you. Would you greet that individual and say, well, brother or sister, I thank you so much for that knowledge. I thank you for that enlightenment. But you know something? They was doing it for so long, it's 50 years now, they was putting that shit in my mouth and in my face. Then I could as well allow them to do it. Come on. Then your mouth will be filthy and obnoxious forever. The state have been putting shit in our faces and mouth for so long. But because you do not know your rights, you allow it. Wake up, my people. Wake up. We are kings and queens. We are goddesses and gods. We are emperors and empresses. Stop allow the system to take us